Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's have a look at what's going on with Bitcoin and Matic. Really, that's all we're going to look at for the moment. I'll do some more videos tonight, and I'll take some requests if you want to put some comments on the channel there. I'm happy to look at some other coins for you, it's no problem at all. So let's just start with these two. So let's go into it. First of all, Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? So I've been doing a bit of 5-minute trading. It's a bit of a competition I've got with somebody, one of my mates. He says, "Oh, I'm going to be shorting. I'm shorting." He said that around this area because he says, "Oh, it's going down today." It may well go down today, but the way that these things seem to be playing out is that we have big spikes down and then buybacks, and spikes down and buybacks. So I've been trading the 5-minute chart just to show him what you can, just to show him that it was wrong. It is going down, let's face it, but today, we're all about the bounce. But anyway, that aside, I'll go back onto a daily chart and make a bit more sense. And like I say, if my mate wants to hold on to his short for long enough, as long as he's not too highly leveraged, he should do all right out of it. But the deal is with Bitcoin, we've been going down all this time. We're dancing around on this area. We're going to be starting to wick into this area, maybe today, but over this next week we're going to start wicking into it and seeing if our candle bodies close in there on daily charts. The more candle bodies that close in here, the more of a telltale sign it is that we're going to be breaking down and going beneath it and down into the 6,000 area eventually, but certainly 7,000 areas. Now there's going to be bounces, there's going to be drops, there's going to be bounces, it's going to be all over the place. I'm more interested in taking shorts up at this level here, around 8,600 or so, maybe out at 8,400, but that's where I'm liking the idea of shorting and longing. You can long, I suppose, anywhere within this blue box territory that's likely to bounce, but make sure you've got tight stop losses. The main deal though now is, because we're waiting for this to play out, alts are now sort of falling in line with the way that Bitcoin works, and Matic made huge moves, but we've broken down from the two moving averages which we were hoping to stay within. So the first one was this 7-day that broke, now it's bent. The 10-day broke, and that'll start to bend over the period of the next few days. So our next course of action is this green 50 EMA, which currently is sort of on the 1.32 cent area, and also when we're looking at the Satoshi level, it's actually all the way back down at 146. Now if we break down beneath this blue box territory on the Sats level, which is 155, if we break beneath that, it might end up being close to a full retracement for Matic, which is not a good sign. On the daily chart, we're looking like pretty bearish, to be honest with you. This is very steep indeed. And even though we're still in bullish territory, it's going to make a cross, and it looks like it wants continuation to the down. Now, like I say, we're hoping for a bounce around this area, around 155. If we don't bounce from there, then I would expect to see us falling down to this level here, which currently is 146 area. You can't really chart out Matic on a daily basis, to be honest with you. You can just about manage to work out what's likely to happen on the daily. Weekly is too immature of an asset to really work out what's going on the weekly, to be honest with you. Even though, I mean, when we look at it like this, it's not as bad as a lot of alts. Some alts are really bad. I mean, you measure it against something like XRP, a really strong coin, but it's been a massive underperformer. And currently, I believe it's pretty much back to where it started before this entire bull trend started. So, Matic is still over 100%. In fact, it's not more than 100% up. It's over 150% up. So yeah, I mean, Matic's a really good chart still, despite the enormous time that we've spent consolidating from this big move. But that again is perfectly normal. You look at anything that does a 10x, it has to consolidate, and it would almost certainly lose 70% of its value from top to bottom. That's just what they do. That's what Bitcoin did. That's what Bitcoin's done several times. In fact, that's what all altcoins did in the bear market after that big bull run. Perfectly normal. So the fact that we're coming out of this already, or it appears to be sort of coming out of it, is good. However, we're still all the way down here, which isn't great. But time is going to be the main thing for Matic, and it's going to take time for this asset to grow. I'm not really one for fundamentals, but when you look at the way that Matic works and all the partners that it makes, and the fact that it's only just really released its beta mainnet, it's got very powerful partners, you know, such as Coinbase and Binance. It makes sense that this is not a coin it's not one of those shit coins that people speak of. It's one of the better ones, and the good thing is that it is new, and what we're looking at this time round, similar to the .com thing back in 2000, where money was being poured into every other sort of main .com address. This time round, it's similar to the way that all alts made huge pumps, massive pumps. I mean, one thing that if you look at my channel, I mine Magicoin, right? I just do it because I've got some spare Raspberry Pis knocking around. I don't do it for any other reason than that, but and I just do it for a laugh. Now, I remember Magicoin when I was first mining it, because it's just a CPU mineable currency, so there's not many things that you can. There's nothing really you can mine with a Raspberry Pi, but I still mine Magic. I've got a Raspberry Pi knocking around, hooked up to some solar panels, so it's all free, you know. But back in the day, Magicoin was worth $3. A Magicoin it's no good. Tell me that it's not going to get to $3 again. No way. But I still continue to mine it just for fun. But that is an example of what happened last time. Money was being poured into every single cryptocurrency. Indiscriminately, money was just being poured in. They were all overvalued massively. This time round, it's about what actually is worth it. You know, we're looking now for the Facebooks of the crypto market, and Matic. I'm not saying Matic's a Facebook. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that Matic has got a pretty straightforward business plan that can be widely adopted. So. And it's got very strong partners. I don't believe it to be going anywhere. And right now, for an asset with such high prospects, it's very, 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 very affordable, very cheap. So this is one of the reasons I continue to do charts on Matic. It's not because the charts are easy to read; they're really difficult to read. Let's face it. I mean, it's so young, it's so hard, sometimes impossible. But realistically, as the asset matures, which it's about to start maturing now, because it's almost in its first phase of professional production. Can't get my words out very well. We might start seeing some continued growth, some realistic chart analysis to come over the next few years. I do believe in the 4-year cycle, so despite Bitcoin looking like it wants to come down to 6,000 area, 6,600 is my best guess, I still believe it to be in a bull market, still believe it to be in the first phase of the 4-year cycle. So that said, the entire market is still in its first phase of that 4-year cycle, so we would have just over 2 more years to go before this fizzles out and goes back into a big consolidating bear market for a whole year, leading me to believe that Matic, along with all alts and Bitcoin, are going to be growing slowly and surely over the next year, picking up pace in 2021 and coming to a head around December 2021, where I, for one, am almost adamant I'll be cashing out around that area all my assets, and I would, not that I'm a financial advisor, but I would probably suggest you look into that prospect and think about doing the same. If you're a long-term hodler like me, also I'm a part-time trader, but don't have a great deal of time to trade. Obviously, you know, I'm a busy man. You know, this might be one of the better coins to hold. But it's all about holding it and waiting. And like I say, we're in an immature phase of this crypto asset, Matic, and we're in the first phase of a 4-year cycle. The main pumps aren't going to take place, you know, until 2021, and then it will really, really take off. Now, I'm not saying that things aren't going to double, triple, 10x over the next year. They will. Matic could do a 10x, you know, within the next 12 months. That is, it's plausible. It's actually quite likely, but you know, by the end of 2021, it could really be doing things like perhaps maybe we could be talking about a 50x or more. Anyway, like I say, a bit of a ramble there for a Wednesday mid-morning, so I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.